it's me. Wow. Fucking crazy, right? Back at it again. Here on a Monday. Mondays are crazy. You know, I was gonna last night, and then it's just better to do tonight. And that's that. Shit next out. Fucking flex. Not even. How's everybody doing? Matt, you keep quoting that song over and over again. It's a goofy ass song. Is that it? Why's my shit at 100? In case y'all didn't see on Twitter, my record came in. It was actually here last week, but I didn't know it was at the office. And if you didn't see on Twitter, I'd play it, but it was fucking up before. Well, no, I'll play it for the hell of it. No, I won't. But in case you don't know what was on this record, it's this. What up, Unnamed? Just playing those drums live, but I finally got that sample, so that'll be coming soon. Yeah, Matt, of course I would have. That shit's from like 4 years ago. Just to listen with, I don't know, that's a tough call. Because if you get a turntable just to listen with, you really have to sort of go big to really get your money's worth and get good speakers and good amps and good all sorts of shit. I mean, or you could just get a little all-in-one. If you just want to, like, because otherwise you'll spend all this money and then it'll sound worse than it did before. I think it's fun to have records, but just for listening, unless you're trying to throw down, I don't think I would recommend it. But they're fun to have. What up, Aqueous? Always gotta tweet the fucking, tweet the damn links. I always forget. Yeah, so John Cena hopefully coming soon. can finally get that out the way. Above my cooker, my stove. Is that what you call a stove? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's what I do have that. You can see it in the lessons. Alright. Alright, let's just jump right into the damn critique. He's always late anyway, so I got no problem kicking off Bobby Wood without him being here. Desperado, well, it's funny because Constro found it on SoulSeek, but whenever I was looking, I did a very rudimentary search, and I didn't find a good quality copy of it, so I had to buy the record. So for me, it was difficult. Constro apparently was able to knock it out like it was nothing, but apparently he can search for shit on Google better than I can. Who knew? All right, let's just kick this bitch off though. First up, we got the one, the only Bobby Wood, Grand Riggedy.
My, people come and go so quickly here.
Remember the good old 1980s, when things were so uncomplicated. I wish I could go back there again.
I liked it.
And everything could be the same. I got.
Where's the bass at? I don't know about the snare. That main snare. Rather the reverb on the snare. It's got a weird EQ. Okay, so the part with the vocals is like your hook, and you just start with the hook. Okay. That was good. That was a little thing. I don't know about starting with the vocals, because I wasn't huge on them.
Remember the good old 1980s.
What is that? Who is that singing?
Things were so uncomplicated. I wish I could go back there again, and everything could be the same. I got.
So using that as the hook, I don't know. I think the vocals come through too clear, even though the person's very mumbly, doesn't enunciate very well. It is too clear to. It's just so like some weird hook that's on there. That's what it seems like. No bass on that. That was a little disappointing. If there was some more low end, I will be. I would probably be more into it. There was some weird tones in the snares and stuff. In the high end, on the reverb in particular, some of the resonance and some of the reflections were a little harsh, and they gave sort of a weird quality to it. You could probably rein those in a little bit and tighten up that sound. And then low end, with a dope bass line, that could go somewhere. Right now it's sort of sitting at the starting line, so. All right, Bobby Wood. That was Bobby. All right, next up we got Black Lord. Bodies, instrumental, no tags. Let's hear it. A Darsh says, sounds too melodramatic. Bobby Wood. It was a little melodramatic, so. What up, Renzo? Submissions are currently closed. These are from Wednesday, but the submissions will open again this coming Wednesday morning. Some good filter, some good slidey sense. Wasn't huge on that clap. Just the selection of the clap is like really different from everything else. It sounds like cha-cha slide clap or something, and it's like totally separate from the rest of the beat, mix-wise. It seems like it's just sitting way back in the back, and it doesn't really match much else tonally. I don't know if I'd let that one piano run the whole time. It sort of got old, so I would take that out, do some more filtering stuff as it goes on. I sort of blew that wad early and then didn't go back to it, but I think you could, and keep things interesting, keep things flowing. But the piano was starting to get on my nerves a little bit. And that clap, I don't know what the deal is with the clap. It was, it wasn't a great clap. Yeah, Pascal. These were all previously submitted to keep things organized. That's how it runs. But I did like that more. That did have more energy than some of your other stuff that I thought was a little too slow. So I'm more into that than one of those other slow ones. You know, it's good to just repeat what I just said the minute before, the second before even. Oh boy. When y'all put weird punctuation in file names, I gotta track down. Where the hell are all these? Oh, critique. One second, there it is. All right. Next up, we got DJ Horton. If I were a lesser man, I would make some sort of Dr. Seuss joke. But I just won't. No. I've had Grand Riggedy shit on screen the whole time. Oops.
James.
This reminds me of asking all them questions. Asking all them questions. Why you asking all them questions? Look, it's the same. Oh, gross chord. That chord is wrong.
Bro, I understand why you asking all them stuff. Hit the door.
I don't know where the part is I'm thinking of. It's not exactly the same. That third chord is real wrong, though. Ew. You gotta fix that chord. Who was asking about you usually submit tracks at beatbreakdown.net on Wednesdays is when that's open. So none tonight. My eyebrow. Is your Lord and Savior? Yeah, I'm into that. It's a holy figure. Well, the synths weren't that great at all. There was some good stuff going on in like the hi-hat programming, just some good variety. But it wasn't really like the mix was decent, like everything was pretty decent, but nothing was really great. So nothing really like jumped out at me or made me think, damn, this is really good. Instead, it was just sort of happening. It stayed on that one synth thing too long. Drum sounds weren't terrible, but they weren't the best either. So it was very much middle of the mall. Middle of the mall shit. Just all the sound-wise. None of the sounds were terrible, like I said, but they were sort of holding it back. And then the main synth line was real slow and boring, so. Alright. Next up, that was DJ Horton. Right now we got Soul Milk. Interesting name. Yeah, I do say that, Matt. It's a goofy ass song. So there's some goofy ass lines in it. That's just the way it goes. The swing might be a bit too much. People keep talking about flangers. Is something happening? I don't hear any flanger. There's no flanger happening. Alright, Static. Remind me, send that again whenever it's your turn. Because it might get lost in the chat. The drum programming is decent. The sounds are decent. The programming's sort of boring. The swing's a bit too much. Hey, there could have been... I had another feed coming in. It could have been doing some weird phaser shit. Alright. So those chops are real quiet, one. Two, so the drums are okay. I mean, they're nothing great, but you could make them work. So you need to either find some more interesting parts of the sample, or do better chops. Those chops were all just sort of boring. It was the same chops you always do, not you specifically, but anyone does, where it's like, you just chop it and then you sort of jam on some goofy ass rhythm and then that's your beat. So it never really made anything new. It was just sort of some samples that were being triggered, which is what you want to try and avoid. The drums were okay. The swing was maybe a bit too high. It sounded a bit goofy, but the right sample it could work. But there's no bass, so I would swap out that sample for something else, or try and make those chops more interesting and try and build something. So, all right, that was Soul Milk. Interesting name. All right, next up, we got Mersalt. I never know how to say his name. European Circus Tour. Let's hear it. Oh, this is the dude that comments on everyone's upload. He goes through the queue and comments on everyone's beat. Shout out to that. Has a weird ass drum groove that I can't quite follow. He sounds real weird. See, we're talking about the circus. This has been like 4 different tracks. What are you talking about? Blazed Up? Alright, well, yeah, if you're wanting to submit now, they are closed because I get a ton of submissions and it has to stay organized. But Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central, it opens up at the website, beatbreakdown.net. You can submit there. So do that. But there are no submissions now. I won't take anyone's shit on YouTube. You can't even send links on YouTube, so don't even try. I don't know why they don't let you do that. I would turn it on if I could, but it just won't happen. All right, so that ads on Twitch. There's ads on the Twitch stream before it starts. Well, I'm not a Twitch partner because you have to have a shitload of viewers on Twitch. So there's no revenue shared with me from Twitch yet. So if you see an ad and it says it doesn't support me, that is correct. Because that's just them putting ads. Oh, well, yeah, this track. So the circus vibe is hard to, reconcile with anything good. So trying to put, it's like if I made something and I was like, oh, this sounds like the circus, I wouldn't run with it. I would just stop there. Unless I wanted to make a circus track and then put the bearded lady from American Horror Story on it as the art. I would do that. But only for that reason. There were a lot of different parts that were very strange. Had there been a consistent drum groove, might have worked better, but there were lots of weird little switch-ups. Nothing that really kept the groove going. So, it was just sort of all over the place. I think if you made a hot like 8-bar loop of circus stuff, it might work, but it was too unfocused to work. Kevin, that was good. That was a good little joke. It made me laugh. All right. Uh-oh, Pascal throwing out the Android emojis. Oh boy. Best way to get free quality sound kits with a layman. If you just Google around, you could probably find some shit. Because most people put stuff on like Zippy Share, MediaFire. A lot of times it's not good quality, but sometimes you'll find some good free stuff. So just Google some producers you want to sound like, and Google around for that person, drum kit or stuff like that. What's happening in this beat? What's this picture? It's like a picture of 6-year-olds at Halloween. This is like the damn Crazy Frog remix, Beverly Hills Cop theme remix. Oh boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Used to be ringtones. Crazy Frog, Axel F, whatever they call it, Axel Foley. That was like Lego Island 2 music. When you're like a cop on the beat. Good question. Why did I let that play so long? Well, I was talking to people in the chat, that's why. If I ever get quiet, bombs coming out. Yeah, all those sounds were less than stellar. It really sounded like Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo music, Lego Island 2 music. And I'm not quite sure that's somewhere you want to be in the year 2015. All right. That was Sully. Shout out to Sully. He always submits. I appreciate the regulars. Even Joel. Even Matt, the heavy clowners, the lightly salted, heavy roasted. All right, Mark Conway, Mozzie's piano. It's a rough chop. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so you did more chops because the rhythms were off in a bad way. Fucking Kevin. Drum sounds aren't particularly great. Yeah, the sample isn't working. This works a lot better than whatever else was happening. The kick's too round, it doesn't have much definition. The delay is crazy. What's the feedback on? Like 88? Alright, yeah, the second half is actually way, way better. Turn this into something. That's like halfway. That sample with the reverse and the filter. That could be something dope. Drum sounds a little weak. Programming not spectacular. Delay on the clap, way over the top. But second half has some potential. Focus on that. Scrap the first half. Get a box of frozen eclairs. Eat the whole thing. And make a good beat. That's all there is to it. Alright, next up we got Taquan CI. His track Overtime. Oh, we hear overtime, baby. Double OT. Oh, clipping like fuck. like a knockoff Eminem beat. 2010 and beyond. God is racing. No, so hate. Heard about percent. Never stop. Hating. But about percent. What are you saying? That was terrible. I apologize. This is real slow. When it started, this had some interesting potential. Yeah, my real name is Clarence. Oh boy, this is a long section. Is it ever gonna switch up? That was far too long without a switch up. It's very slow. Okay, you gotta switch up. This is real messy, but it is more interesting than the other part. But at the same time, it's been looped a million times. Okay, that's awful long. So you have these two parts, and you looped them a million times. Too far to go without a switch up. And they weren't that great of loops to begin with. It was the first part was a little slow. Once you brought in more double time elements in the second half after that switch up, that helped. The guitar's timing was a little off. There might have been a little too forward in the mix. Oh shit, someone's been. I always forget to refresh. My bad, Live Mind. I would do more with having like the busy hi-hats that made the tempo work more, but when it was just the kick and the snare at that tempo, no good. No good. Not a good vibe. Not a good groove. Alright. Next up we got a Live Mind. Let's hear this. Nora Jones so far. Parkour lesson. Someone was teaching me parkour. That's good. Go down to the parkour dojo. Sounds like the music at the start of You've Got Mail. Before we ever meet Dave Chappelle. So the drum sounds are, not spectacular. They're sort of like that real drum kit model sound. And model sound, like a sample, an acoustic drum set sample library sound, which is rarely a good fit. You have to have some specific sample libraries for that to be a good fit for like a beat. If this was gonna be like soundtrack to a Paul Blart movie, like someone said, or the new Anne Hathaway Robert De Niro movie, or any Kate Hudson movie. That would be a good place to go. As it stands right now, it doesn't have a vibe that I would want to like sit and jam to. It really is like opening credits to any number of movies right now. And that's not necessarily because of the drum sounds, as it is sort of everything coming together that way. So one, I would look for different drum samples. Two, I would put some swing into the drum programming. It was very straight as it was, and it just didn't have any bounce to it. And then the sample, it was good you had the filters coming in and out, but it wasn't enough of a switch up. So I would say find some more elements on top to deal with. Or maybe like chop up that sample or go another direction, because the chords are sort of very much opening credits to a not a box office failure, but very much a neutral zero-sum box office movie release that no one knows about, but no one's really mad they saw, and it's quickly forgotten in 6 to 8 weeks. So, sum it up. Sort of the whole vibe made it seem like movie credits. Drum samples, not the best drum samples. And more switch ups, and then maybe some low end as well. So, all right, that was a Live Mind. Do you have a SoundCloud, a Live Mind? Nothing on Google. Okay. Next up, we got Jared I said this wrong last time. Jared McElligott. I put the G with the C. You know, sometimes you just sort of guess at a word. You don't actually read it. Jay Gotts. Chance the Rapper, Mick Jenkins type beat. Interesting. Let's hear it. Jay Gotts. Let's hear this.
Didn't wanna have to break your heart. Didn't wanna have to break your heart. Didn't wanna have to break your heart.
Let's see where these flips go. The samples got swing to it, and then the drums don't. Bad conflict. But I like the sounds with the sample. I like the bass that came in. But I don't like the vibe of the drums right now. Or the groove of the drums. Shakespeare on Ice, is that a thing? Stuff in the low end's a little messy. Ooh, Kevin, that was good. Very literal. Kevin's getting creative. I think the drums could ride a little better and fit the sample better, but the overall sound is nice. The mix is decent. I think the sample could be brought up a little bit more. Like, all the pieces are pretty solid. And you might have to filter out some of those hi-hats in the sample because they're fucking stuck up. Or like warp it or chop it up more and get it to sync up a little better. Brody. Alright, that was Jay Gotts. Yeah, the mix was pretty solid. All the parts were pretty nice, although the drums could link up with the sample a little bit better. And you could probably filter out some of the hi-hats in that sample. Renzo, they go to my email if you send me a message through there. Straight to my email. So, put you through the contact form. All right. That was Jay Gotts. Next up, we got JC Rock. Oh boy. The track title has Izzles and Nizzles in it. Does not bode well. A spoon collection. I like how the roasts were like sort of happening, and then something just turned on and that was full blast. I always enjoy all the roasts. Once a Jedi, I like that one. Chords, it sort of sounds like a Kelly Rowland solo B-side that you might hear on the radio for like 3 days and then they take it off. The bass is like straight up out of key. Season the chicken with water. Alright, some shit's clipping. Alright. Can't do it. Bass is out of key. Send that shit to Kelly Rowland. And maybe you can get a Kelly Rowland featuring Tyga song out of it. The bass is just off. Bass is just straight up off. Alright, next up is From the. Let's hear it. Awful quiet. What's happening? Hi-hat's sort of cool with the snare thing. We need some low end stat. Joel, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? You're talking about Star Wars. This is now a Star Wars stream. This has a cool vibe. With the like. This is like if they ever make a sequel to Red Dead Redemption. This is playing at the start. And everyone's gonna love it. And it's gonna be on YouTube as Red Dead Resurrection intro music. Eating beans in the desert. Bass might have been too slidey for this sort of thing. I don't like that second bass part. Korean revenge movie. That was pretty cool. I was into a lot of that. I think the low end could have come in a little earlier, and it could have been a bit fuller. And I think you might have could have matched up the tones of the like 808 slide and shit with everything else a little better, to where it was more because it sort of stood out, not like a ton, but I think it could have been a little bit more in line with the vibe of the rest of the track. But everything was pretty nice. What a stupid fucking sentence to say. Everything, like all the individual pieces, were pretty solid. It came together pretty well. The mix was clean. Nothing was overpowering anything. So props for that, man. Props. You know, props. Have I heard of Treasure Planet? Never seen the movie. But I have heard of it. Alright, next up is Andrew Franks. Fat Farm, shit. I should get some Fat Farm. J. Cole type shit. Been here for the longest. Never been gone, but I'm here cause I'm honest. Never tell a lie, Abraham Lincoln on it. $5 bill, Abraham Lincoln on it. You ever seen Penny, that's Lincoln on it. Kennedy on the dime. We out here, killer with that line, man, it's crazy, right? That's crazy, right? Make a sandwich. Make a sandwich. You know we try and make a sandwich. Stack the bread up, stack the cheddar. You know we about to make a sandwich. Hot pastrami, that's salami. You know we about to make a sandwich. Make a sandwich. Make a sandwich. Tell me about that sauerkraut. You make your own sauerkraut. Didn't know that could happen. Can I have some of your sauerkraut? Bet it tastes good, don't it? Bet it tastes good, don't it? Put a hot dog, yeah, it's good on it. Get the ice cream, it ain't good on it. That bass part's a little out of key. That like bass layer in there is messing stuff up. That was very solid. The bass in the chorus, that low end of that extra shit you were adding in there, which sounded cool on its own, but it was sort of clashing with the piano. There was a note that wasn't there. In the other stuff, so there's a clash there. So maybe switch entirely to that section, and then maybe that or just filter it out and then save it for later. What else? I was into it mostly. Yeah, because I mean, you went back to that second sample on its own, so that was nice. It might be tough to get it to work with that other piano sample though. That was dope. I mean, when I like something and I don't have a lot to say about it, of course I'm gonna just rap bullshit over it. And I haven't in a while, so that was my one. One for the night. Time will fly. What does that mean? What does that mean, Joel? Alright, Constro, let's see what you got. Oh my god. Christ, Constro, what is this? What the fuck is this? I can't handle it. But I will let it finish the bar. Whew. Jesus. Constro buzz. What the fuck was that? That was one of a kind. And what's crazy is it was like kind of dope at the same time. And despite being totally insane. Whew. That was intense. Oh, it was about to drop? Are you serious? Oh shit. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my whole life. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What a creation. How much time? I mean, not like it's a masterpiece and you had to spend hours on it, but I mean, you had to listen to that for at least 10 minutes to make that. So I'm impressed that you did that. That was insane. Insane. All right. I did like the Galaga thing at the end. That was cool. Galaga style. 8-bit crazy thing happening. All right. Next up, we got Static with his track Sarcasm. Awake. Let's hear it. That hi-hat kick sounds a little early. And it's a little too clean sounding. This could be super dope. The sample's real nice. The drums were... In the second part, a little bit of a letdown there. And that part was weird. There was some weird mismatch. You need some dusty ass drums for that. Those are way too clean. They sound like Yamaha keyboard sounds. You need some like dusty, some real grimy, low bit rate shit, some real pitched, because you could make a real dope groove out of that. But all the drum sounds sort of take away from that real grimy sample, and then also it's got this real sort of behind the beat idea to it that isn't being translated into the drums at all. So I would say scrap all those drums, find a good break, chop it up, and just get some like real lazy shit on it. It's real slow, but it could work. What's that song Knowledge did with Anderson .Paak? Suede. Have you all heard that track? That's got a groove. That's what I thought it was gonna be, a groove like that. That song Suede has like the dopest slow, like crazy backbeat thing. So yeah, just get some dusty ass drums and embrace the slow groove and come up with something that really works with the sample instead of sort of fighting against it. So, alright, that was Static. The sample is dope though. I think there's a lot of potential there. I like the chops you did. I think you could really do something with that. All right. Next up, we got Monkey. What is eyebrows without brows? Eyebrows without bros? Shoebox, no shoes in it. That's my answer. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sounds right to me. Let's hear Monkey. This is very low key. Then it got to like jamming at the church on the organ groove. Organ's too busy for this groove. All the chord changes are way too much. It's really not linking up very well. And there's a lot of swing on the organ, on the keys, that isn't there in the drums. So you've got those batting heads. What's a monk without its scripts? I don't know what that means. Yeah, so I would what would I do with this? I would get rid of the sample chops from the middle part entirely, where it's just these insane chord changes, all happening very fast. That's a bit overwhelming. I would either pick chops that don't have swing in them and keep the drums straight as they are, or try and swing the drums to match those swung sample sections. So there are some parts in the sample that work, but also the drums weren't really meshing with the sample very well. They were a little too digital sounding compared to the sample. That's sort of a sound selection thing, sort of a mix thing. They were just sort of there under it. You could probably get those to vibe a lot better. So, that was Monkey. You know, a monkey like the star of Dunstan checks in. Monkey. All right, next is ED's. ED's beats. I mean, he's just really setting himself up there. Swollen members type beat. This is the kind of beat like a lot of dudes who do like boom bap around town. Like if I took this to like the Cypher, the open mic, and I played this, and like, yeah, that's my beat, they'd be like, damn, they would like go crazy for this. There's a lot of people who are like super into this kind of beat. I think it's a little over the top, just a little bit, with the super fast piano. Just a hair. It's just a little into corny territory. on in like a month. The chops are solid, but it does have a sort of goofy feel. Because it's like got that classic drum style, but and then it's a little too rah-rah, like little too I don't know. It's just a little too big in a weird way. Instead of like being like hype, it's just sort of like shitty local rapper hype. It's not a shitty beat, but it is something a shitty local rapper would like put on loop for 12 hours and write a really bad verse over. All right. Kill him to pro. It's been so long. You're back at it. Can't believe it. Can't damn believe it. Kill him to pro. I might have listened to this on SoundCloud because you hadn't submitted anything in a while. No, I didn't. It's hard to ignore the rhythms in the sample and how they fit with the drums. You have to filter some shit out for it to work a little better because it's too messy right now. Crusty waterbug looking ass. Like if these were smooth, if you were able to filter out all the hi-hats and shit, that could be really dope. But it's hard to like really settle into the groove, especially, I mean, because when you're making something like this, your brain can start to ignore all those other chops, and you really start to hear what you're trying to build from the sample, even if it's not quite there. I think you could filter out a lot of the stuff that makes it too messy, and then maybe side chain it, might clean it up a little bit, and put in those rhythms that you're trying to build. So good starting material. Drums sound pretty good. I think there could be some low end, and then if you really got it cleaned up, that could be dope. But also, I think you like to have stuff a little messy from what I remember. So maybe that's not what you want to hear. Or maybe that's not useful to you. I mean, all right. Next up is Captain. You here, Captain? I don't think you're here today. Well, let's hear it. Oh, the fuck. That tag. What up, Married 42? When the bass hits the second chord, there's something a little nasty happening. This could have a nice vibe. It does have a nice like vibe. I think the chords could be a little more interesting. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're digging it. Glad you like the goods, the wares. The chords could be a little more interesting. You could have some more chords. Who, Joel? Who is it? Michael Stromboli. That's my guess. So I mean, I like what we were trying to do. There could have been a lot more melodic variation. I think that's what brought it down in the end. It was the same thing the whole time. Wasn't any switch ups. The chords stayed the same. And Kevin, you keep going. Kevin, what's that? The 5th time you've typed that Jared Fogle joke? You just keep throwing them back out there. Pick it up, throw it right back out. Yeah, I think there could have been some different chords, some more melodies happening. The sounds were all, I mean, pretty solid, and it had an interesting concept. I mean, it's like stuff I've heard on SoundCloud a lot, but it is, it does at least have a nice groove and stuff, so. Andrew. Some funny shit. Uh-oh. Derp has arrived. What up, Derp? I thought you'd never come. Hey, Zach. You were going to give me a different track. On Twitter, you were asking about a different track. You're not here now. Let me tweet you. About to, yeah, it's always good to watch me tweet, right? Just for some sound, let's listen to this. Alright, I'll come back to Zach in a second. Next up we got Turner from the Pack. Piano. Let's hear it. V-Rig, you've been saying some goofy shit. Like a badger. It's very slow. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that one, but it's also the same thing where it's like not that much to it. Oh, did we just hit a key change? Key change? Interesting. Oh, that already happened. This is, this really needs a rapper to be something I would want to hear. But even then, I mean, it's gonna end up with some, like, future shit on it. Or, like, end up a boring Drake song. Shout out to Dan for referencing The Situation in the year 2015. Hey, don't act like you fucking watched. Don't act like you fucking know him. You don't know him. Alright. Next up, Trey Mizo. You're here. No, you were. Yeah, you're here in the chat. Trey Mizo. Hey, Zach, if you're watching, tweet me back your new link. If not, I'll wait and I'll just do whatever link you sent me. Alright, next up we got Trey Mizo. Oh yeah, I mean that beat was it was slow. Wasn't particularly original, but it really just needs a rapper. Like, it wasn't anything wrong with it. It's just sort of boring. Let's do it, that's all. Deploying power, that's a good idea. I don't think it would be that bad. I think I might have tried it before. And there was something I couldn't find. Nice little vibe to it. Kind of slow, laid back. Little, although if you're gonna have the busy hats mixed in there, you're gonna make sure they sync up with that drum break you got there. You was before is still your eyes? What does that mean, Joe? This is Trey Mizo. I don't know what his SoundCloud is. Let's see if it's on his Twitter. It's just been there. His SoundCloud is Treadmill Trey. That was I was into that. I think it could have been, you could have got the drum break when it was sort of the filtered drum break to layer in a little bit better rhythmically. And have the back and forth with the hats and everything else be a little tighter. The bass probably could have been a little bit fuller. You could have done maybe some sub-ear bass over the sort of other filtered synthy bass. So pretty solid overall. All right. Next up, we got Phantom. Music by Phantom. Dream Stage. Still waiting on Zach for his new track.
I mean, I love waking up in the morning not knowing what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet, where I'm going to wind up. I figure life's a gift, and I don't intend on wasting it.
Phantom Production.
You never know what hand you're going to get dealt next.
My day job is the Carl's Jr. Spokesperson
To make each day count.
in Central Louisiana. It's a very specific contract. It's only a 3-county region. The royalties are fantastic. The drums are way too rigid, I think, because there's sort of that good underlying pulse, but the hats are sort of killing it. The reverse stuff. The tag is really goofy. The reverse stuff is working. New stuff usually doesn't. Phantom Productions. This shit's funny. So I think the drums on that were sort of the weak link. There were some cool things happening in the samples. So if you sort of worked around those, gave those some space. The drums just had too much going on for the whole time. I think if you focused on a like downbeat sort of groove, it might turn out a little better. If you left more space. And then if you filled it out, don't go full 16, 30 second trappy hi-hats. Do some more live sounding hi-hats instead. So that's got some potential though. The sample's got some cool stuff going on. So I'm into that. All right. All right, Zach. No response. You should have just tweeted me the link. You tweeted me the question. You could just send it there. You know damn well there's no way to replace something in the queue because I have not programmed that yet. So, sorry, Zach. Now is the time. Yeah, Phantom. What's it like? The type of guy to get. I like that, Dan. Just the type of guy to get. I'll let you send whatever else you were gonna send me. It sounds like you know there were some issues here with the offbeat clap. Offbeat stuff. You can see my cucumber. Yeah, I'll let you send in whatever the other thing is. If you see the tweet. Because you had something else. And yeah. I'll let you send me whatever else. Alright. Next up is John Christopher Jones the Fourth. What a name. Those bongos are off beat. The drums, for a second, when it started and the bongos were covering up what was happening, I thought maybe it would, when the bongos dropped out, it would make a good like currency beat. But then it turned out to be General MIDI saxophone and General MIDI bass, so that went out the window. Those are Apple loops, just 6 Apple loops. I've got multiple sources telling me it's nothing but Apple loops. GarageBand boys. Sorry, John Christopher Jones the Fourth. John Christopher Jones the Fourth. You get 4 of these. Step your loop game up. I ain't here for the loops. Alright, next up we got Love Butter, whose name I did not type. Okay. Yeah, Marita, I'm hoping to do some theories soon. Oh shit, that is loud. I don't like that first bass note. Tone down the slides, the gliss. Basic ass chop pattern, but it could work if there was some more happening in the drums. And if the bass line didn't totally kill the melody of the sample. There's a much better note in there to deal with. The bass is way too saturated a little bit. Thanks, Black Sheep. That's exactly no experience or knowledge is definitely one of the target audiences. So thanks. mix is a little loud. The stutters are cool. Overall, there's some stuff here that I like, and there's some stuff here I don't. The bass line I really don't like. I think there's some better stuff you could pick for the bass line. Slides are obnoxious. The distortion, the saturation was a bit much on the kick as well. Filters were nice. The Hey sample, there's no point in 2015. What else? That sums it up. I mean, I like the groove. I liked a lot of things in it. The stutters and stuff. I'm a sucker for stutters. The bass line wasn't what I wanted to hear melody-wise, so I wish it had gone another way. Alright. Next up we got Wolf Stealth. My Zone. Oh, let's hear this. Yeah, I FaceTime myself. I like that. Oh, this is a lot better. Where's this going? I feel like I know this beat so well. It's so unoriginal. And the mix isn't great. The drums are being overpowered by the shitty choir. Phantom, this is nothing new. The roasts have been going. I love the roasts, honestly. Y'all come up with some creative shit. Alright. There's just no need. Didn't you submit? I feel like I heard that on Wednesday. Did you submit this twice? Did I hear this already? You submitted it twice. And if you didn't, it sounds like you did. And it's really, I mean, like, okay, so the mix, you could make the mix better. You could get the drums to hit a lot harder. They're being buried by everything else. And then the rest, it's just very derivative. There's a lot of people who would love to rap on that. There's a lot of people who, if that was the beat of a song they heard on the radio, they'd be super into it. But for me to listen to right here, right now, not into it. All right. Next up, we got Dog Stop It. It's a good name. It's about time. It's only a matter of time. Don't got time for this. As much as I love that song. All right. I can't believe that was the first time someone did a Rickroll.
Y ahora que dices, y ahora que dices,
This is the dude with the No Face album art.
y ahora que dices, y ahora que dices, y ahora que dices, y ahora que dices.
There's a weird bass note. I think it might be the right note. It might be off. Oh shit. It might be off by a half step. I can't quite tell. It's so low. So that sample could work. Granted, I didn't hear where it was gonna go. I just heard where it was. I'm glad if that was all you had that you kept it to a 30-second loop. That was very wise of you to do that. That could go somewhere, but you'll definitely need some more stuff. Phantom says vocals are 2 out of time for my liking.
¿Y ahora qué dices? ¿Y ahora qué dices?
Yeah, the vocals. If the vocals started on the beat, it'd be a lot. It'd be easier to work with, but they don't, so it's tough. And also, they're pretty loud. It might be better if you filter out the high end, so you just sort of get the mid tones of that, and you don't actually hear the words necessarily. But at the same time, it is sort of hard to work with, and you'll need a lot more from you. I don't think it'd be possible to build a whole track that's any good out of just that sample. So, I would either switch up the sample or switch up the sample. Next up, we got Damo Sloth. Murder. I hope it's a Ja Rule. Oh boy. This is very quiet. Is this Pokemon Stadium remix? These drums are exceptionally low quality. It's like you ripped them from YouTube back when it was 240p or bust. The horns are played out unless you're hard mode. And even then, the horns are played out, period. I wouldn't even try and do horns. Really though, the drums are like the smallest, meekest, lowest quality drums I've ever heard. Oh. Alright, man, I'm really dropping all the bombs tonight. I wouldn't lay on the horns. Period. I just wouldn't do that. The drums, I don't know where you got them from, but I would definitely look for another drum kit. It sounded very low quality, very paper thin, very low fidelity. There's not a lot of information there sound wise, so you're just shooting yourself in the foot for having good full drums because you're starting with bullshit. So there's nowhere to go. There's not much you can do to fix that. So scrap those drum samples, just put them in the recycling bin, and empty the recycle bin, never get those back. Clear your history, delete Chrome, delete Windows, delete anything you've ever installed. Go to the eMachine store at the Outlet Mall, get a new Windows install disk. But they only got Windows 2000 server, you install Windows 2000 server. You'll download FL Studio 7. That's the only one that'll run. Then you can download some new drum samples, and there won't be any horns, and you might be in a better way. Not saying your beat was so bad to nuke your whole computer, but those drum samples were so bad that if I ever heard those in my collection of drum samples, I would have to turn everything off and leave the house for a week. They're bad. All right, one more. Wow, that was quick. Finished nice and early today. Okay. Starter Vision, Paul Syke. Let's hear it. Pressure is on. You're the last one. I do like gin. This is called gin. Someone in the comments put Constro Buzz style. Constro, you famous on the SoundCloud. This is a little boring. clean up all the chops, that might be better. But it grooves nice enough. All the cymbals on the chops you could deal with. Kevin, Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, and Trinket, send it in Twitch. I would just deal with the high end on that. Alright, yeah, it does have a good groove. Filter Suite was a little, it could have been executed a little better. Yeah, so the chops, I mean, I've heard that shit sampled a whole lot. The chops could have been cleaner. Or rather, you could have managed the high end better. So, all the cymbal wash and the cymbal hits made it messy, but pretty solid overall. Nothing like spectacular, you know. Pretty sure it's been sampled more times than I can count. But fuck it, that's his description. Yeah, but pretty solid. So that's it. And what I'm supposed to do? Well, actually, and Shrink has sent me a little clip real quick. I'll play it, and then I will give you a replay of the damn Constro track because I want to hear it again too because this shit was insane, straight insanity. Okay, but what am I gonna say? Streaming on Wednesday, I believe, should be. If you've been wanting to submit, submissions will open at 10 a.m. Wednesday. I did finally get the record for My Time Is Now, so that's incoming. Probably not tomorrow, probably not this week, but soon. I played y'all a little snippet earlier. What else? I don't know. I'll play this track in Trinket real quick. And then one more time for the Constro.
It stands out on the
Brown skin lady. Brown skin lady. I love this sample. I love the Black Star song.
It stands out on the out on it.
Drums are a little too. The cymbals are a little too clean on the drums. I think if you had some like, if it was a little faster, if it was faster, you had some more stuff going on with like a ride. You had or like a sort of open hi-hat, half open. Something with some wash in there, and if you or maybe if you just sidechain the sample and sped it up a little bit, that might be nice. All right, and as requested, we've got this insane creation. Constro, I cannot believe you made this. That's what's going to play us off. But next stream on Wednesday, new episode Wednesday. I'll hang out in the chat. I fucking guess. I guess. This shit is so crazy. I think Kevin won the roast tonight because he had some some missteps, but generally speaking, he really went way out there and hit some interesting territory. So shout out to Constro for making this. You have to put this online. David, you keep talking about fucking badgers. Who called me an old Tic Tac looking ass? I like that. The Badgers played out already. Someone emailed me Badger. That was good. I can't believe this exists. All right. That's it. Shout out to Constro for making that insanity. Catch y'all later. Wednesday, I presume. I guess. Later.